that'll teach those orphans not to fuck with me. Oh, God. The hell is that? Oh shit, my pizza! Come on, hit me. Just shift your feet, put fist to face, and hit me.
Like that?
Yeah, that's it. Only this time, you gotta hit me. Come on, hit me! Hit me! Oh, my fucking molars!
You have your marketing department cook that name up?
Spoiler/shitpost alert! If you're worried about me spoiling the plot or breaking your immersion, please find another video. Spider-Man is back. He's still shooting sticky stuff into the faces of grown men and still not paying his goddamned rent. It's the student loans, Yuri. Just give me some cash. Only this time, instead of J. Jonah Jameson screaming, "Get me more pictures of Spider-Man," it's a little bit more like, "Get me more enemies of Spider-Man." Ugh, this ought to be good. Which enemies, you might ask? How about Dr. Octopus, Rhino, Mr. Negative, Vulture, Electro, and Scorpion, aka the Sinister Six? Wow, that's a little much. I know I'm a superhero, but that's 6 guys. Plus Shocker, plus Taskmaster, plus Devil's Breath, plus Sable and her mercs, plus Tombstone, who, by the way, is not a gigantic pizza like I was expecting. Goddamn, that's like 9 dudes, an infectious disease, and a giant frozen pizza. Can't you guys just call in the National Guard? Plus the marketing department. I almost forgot about them. That's who you're up against. And I know you may counter by saying, isn't the marketing department just another way of saying Tombstone? To which I reply, yes, because Tombstone, well, he is the marketing department. I am the marketing department. Now you may be thinking that this monumental dream team the Spidey Boy is up against makes for a daunting campaign, and it does. But I had such a blast with it that I beat it once normally and beat it again via New Game Plus in the old school comic costume so that I could channel my inner shitposting Spider-Man SUPERJERK. Yeet!
How is this happening?
Do you not know who Spider-Man is? Thankfully, this burdensome task becomes much easier once you realize how retarded overpowered Spider-Man is right now, and I hate myself for even mentioning this, but in case you're blinder than Daredevil, his movement skills are smoother than Jif peanut butter. You wanna jump 90 feet in the air? Look out! Here comes Spider-Man! Done. You wanna swing 3 blocks? Done. Spring like a gazelle off of any sturdy surface? Done. Ride the subway and pretend you're not really Spider-Man? Done. Give gravity the middle finger and spin around for 3 hours? Done. Well, technically that's a suit power, but we'll cover that later. I said we'll cover that later! And if you think Spidey's movement is overpowered, then your fighting skills are downright ludicrous because you've got an endless number of ways to turn your enemies into vegetables. Not actual vegetables like the carrots that Aunt May can't seem to cut correctly because my PS4 Pro refuses to accurately render them, or maybe she's got dementia or something. Aunt May, that isn't how you cut carrots! I mean figurative, I can't talk anymore because Spider-Man gave me traumatic brain damage and I will never perform motor functions ever again. Type vegetable. That's a trip to the ICU. But hey, just like Injustice 2, as long as you're non-lethal and they don't die, everything is A-okay.
So you won't kill, but you're fine with traumatic brain injuries.
So yes, you can beat the shit out of people, but why do that when you're basically a character ripped out of an MMORPG with a big-ass scroll wheel that I like to call spammable sticky shit that's basically cheating? The beginner tier is your basic webbing that can stick enemies to surfaces or wrap them up like a burrito to be thrown off of a skyscraper. Get over here! Yeet! 1, 2, 3, 4, and alley-oop! He's definitely alive. The intermediate tier is your impact web, which basically does the same thing, only instantly, and hits enemies like a belt from a stepfather. Hey buddy, hold this for me. Just tuck your knees, you'll be fine. And then shit just goes totally off the rails, like spider drones, electric webs, web bombs, trip mines, suspension matrices, you know, just a bunch of shit that makes the booby traps of Vietnam look like amateur hour. But personally, I usually stick with a concussion blast, because why would I deal with each baddie individually when I can just unleash a single unrelenting force and call it a day? Foos! Rhoda! Hey fellas, is it just me or is it a bit windy up here? Force push! Oh, Oh, he survived. The major mechanic beyond sticky spider garbage that you're spamming at people is called focus. And the faster you clobber your enemies, the faster this bar builds that allows you to either heal yourself or hit up a finisher move that's guaranteed to put the recipient into a coma. Ow, my foot hurts now. I would tell you that there's a shit ton of dodging involved in fighting, but I think your spidey senses were already tingling. I sense a faint smell of danger. Aw, shit, that's a gun. Once you've gotten a grasp on the basics, you're introduced to some familiar faces like Yuri Watanabe, who's your Commissioner Gordon for all you Batman fans out there, that's simultaneously helpful and really sick of your shit.
Spider Cop.
Please no.
The Chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was a loose cannon.
Already regretting this.
Spider Cop is officially retired.
Oh, thank God. I need a drink.
J. Jonah Jameson, who ditched the Daily Bugle for a podcast, and for those of you too young to have enjoyed J.K. Simmons in the original Spider-Man.
Cash money for a picture of Spider-Man. He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
Is basically if Dr. Disrespect was obsessed with superheroes and had a podcast.
This is Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss the issues affecting our city with Pulitzer Prize winning two-time Pulitzer Prize winning.
And of course, Mary Jane Watson. And heed my warning as I say this.
The worst fucking part of the entire goddamn game.
I know this sounds like a joke, but in the campaign, she quite literally wants to be your partner.
No, not a sidekick. A partner.
Interesting idea, MJ, but what about that whole part where you don't have a fucking superpower, you moron? Her character is nothing short of dumb, naive, and nagging.
I mean, I don't have super spider powers, but I'm not made out of glass.
Heading down to Mid Central. A couple of suspects down here.
Mix. Like the last 6 months never happened?
But above all else, her inclusion in gameplay just doesn't make sense. Same goes for that punk kid Miles too. Like, why is she here?
What are you doing here?
She's got a ton of mandatory stealth missions that are such a joke, because in each one of them, I was thinking to myself, Spider-Man could have done this 10 times easier, 10 times faster, with virtually zero risk, because, you know, he's fucking Spider-Man, and he has these things called superpowers.
That place is crawling with guards. How are you trying to reach him?
The taser eventually makes things bearable, but why the hell is MJ even a part of this game outside of mild hints or cutscenes like a Yuri Watanabe?
Yuri, this place is full of fist guys with suspicious bulges.
I can't order a raid over bulges.
Instead of having a skip button on the puzzles, they should have put it on the stealth missions of Miles and MJ, because they're not even good stealth. Like Splinter Cell, they're just linear, predictable stealth that's wedged into the plot for character development that nobody cares about.
Huh? What was that? What dumbass can't put their shit away?
Thankfully, for all of the downside of MJ and Miles, there's the upside of other characters. Like, don't even try to tell me that Silver Sable isn't best girl. Ding dong, your opinion is wrong. You missed all of those shots, but I don't even care, your hair is so perfect. And Black Cat is in the same boat, because with her obvious skills in deadly acrobatics and self-reliance, she would have been a true partner for Peter instead of the wannabe superhero intern that MJ is. God, you are such a bummer. But the ultimate redemption for having such a shitty time with MJ/Miles? This guy. Oh shit, it's my main man, Taskmaster.
The name's Taskmaster.
Much like Tombstone, the only crime the Taskmaster committed was not being in the game more often, because with his baller-ass suit and dry tone, I'm so butthurt that he's only a side mission and not a full-blown main character.
I've got toe-to-toe with the Avengers. You're nothing. I'm impressed.
And yet you sound like you want to kill me.
Not yet.
I beat you, you ran away. Conclusion, you lose.
Not yet.
He's one of the many characters that you'll meet while not doing story missions that I'll just go ahead and label activities.
Who is this?
Wrong question. The correct one is, can you stop the bombs I've planted?
His particular type of activities are challenges like defusing bombs that are about to explode, and the faster you perform, the more handsomely you're rewarded.
A group of mercenaries are about to kill a diplomat. Better hurry.
But there's plenty of other activities to give you a brief respite from the terrible stealth missions, like sinking comm towers to give you a better visual on the map, taking pictures of dumbass cats for Felicia, and collecting old backpacks, which is kinda neat, I guess.
An unpaid medical bill? That's a good place to put that.
You can capture pigeons for a homeless guy, which is not only fun, but also hilarious, because how are you spending your time while crime is everywhere, the city's on fire, and the bad guys are trying to release the deadly devil's breath epidemic?
So basically, I'm pigeon. Don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word.
You'll also be taking pictures of landmarks, or really anything else that catches your eye. The majority of these activities are just random crime that you'll come across where you need to ball up the baddies or kick somebody out of a moving vehicle, which is harder than you may expect.
I don't got it.
But above all else, the brilliant subtlety of Harry Osborn's challenges are hilarious. So get this. He's got these outposts where you have to swing through clouds of gas filled with toxins and carcinogens, with the end goal of identifying where the pollution is coming from and stopping the source.
The idea is to catch the, contaminants before they reach toxic levels. Between you and me, I think Oscorp wants this to fail because it might show they're polluting.
And in case the cartoon Spidey suit doesn't make it already obvious, these are posts where you swing through toxic gas, sacrificing your own health to stop the culprits. So what I'm saying is, this post gives you cancer.
That post gave me cancer. Thanks a lot.
You can thank me by not dying.
But giving yourself cancer isn't all bad, because these activities like backpack collection, bomb disposal, and crime fighting grant you various tokens that allow you to upgrade your Spidey boy into a Spider-Man.
You mortals will never stop me.
On my first playthrough, I basically blew it all in the suits because my goodness, does the game ever have some god-tier suits.
I will endure 1,000 deaths before I yield.
All right, I give up.
The white 2099 suit, the stealth suit, the spirit spider suit, even the scarlet spider.
Man, I was hoping you were really Spider-Man. That cheap suit ain't fooling anybody.
You sure about that?
And although I'm a little pooper pain that there's no Carnage suit like the last game, I'll let it slide because the vintage suit exists and you can get pretty close to Venom with the stealth suit and the right filter.
We are Venom.
Gotta stop Julie.
But these suits aren't just a cosmetic upgrade to Peter, because with each new suit unlocked, you unlock a new super ability called the Suit Power to really take it to the baddies.
All right, let's do this.
You want to look like a comfy leather chair, zapping your enemies and lagging your PS4 Pro with each punch? Electrically insulated is a natural choice.
Ah, my frame!
If you want to blast a fat nut on everybody in a 30-foot radius, hit up Web Blossom with the classic suit. Just be careful busting around Felicia. She may want to try to get child support.
Damn! It really do be like that in November.
Make yourself a true Spider-Man with additional spider arms, throw out 3 decoys to give your enemies cognitive dissonance, even hit up Concussion Strike that makes you hit harder than Metal Mario.
You're insisting on a fisting.
I'm a little shitter-shattered that they didn't include either a Pretzel Spider-Man or a Timberland Spider-Man, but hey, maybe it'll be DLC. I really hope it's DLC.
Actually tying the laces on your Tims? Yeah, I'm sending this to the cops.
But you can spend your tokens elsewhere, because on my second playthrough, I blew it all on upgrading suit mods and gadgets to enhance my incessant web spamming.
This is what I like to call getting dumpster.
That basically means that your concussions are that much more powerful.
Today's forecast is windy with a chance it's windier.
Your webbing hits that much harder.
God, they're like bouncy balls now.
And everything about fighting becomes that much more effortless.
Don't worry, buddy, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you good?
I can't believe you
fell for that.
My favorite is webbing somebody to a mailbox or a trash can and yeeting it across the block. It's truly the best way to dispose of mortal scum.
Yay! They call me the Trash Man. Catch, buddy. Yes. Yay! My God, what have I done? Can I get an F in chat? Wait, is it a felony if this is a mailbox? Oh God, I think he's stuck. Is this what murder looks like? Am I a murderer now?
You're gonna need these upgrades to take down Mr. Negative, whose goons aren't nearly as difficult as they are, in the words of Morbo from Futurama,
belligerent and numerous.
Mr. Negative himself isn't that cool because he's essentially just an eyes glow meme come to life.
Looking at the security footage, the guard was in some kind of trance. And it might have been the lighting, but it looked like his eyes were glowing.
But he does occupy the bulk of the missions, including the APC and Crane missions, which are just the best, so I don't know how to feel. Scorpion's section is also top tier given the visuals, but the difficulty is just hilarious.
Now, if I were a dumbass scorpion dripping with Mountain Dew, where would I be?
Behind you!
What's that? One scorpion doesn't scare you? How about 6 scorpions? You're not dying to the giant stinger popping out of the Mountain Dew oasis? How about 10 stingers? But nobody, and I mean nobody, compares to the biggest enemies in the game.
Heavy boys.
Swordsmen, easy. Small users, easy. Every villain in the campaign, I sleep.
Oh lord, it's the heavy boys. Real shit.
Absolute fucking nightmares. They must all be genetic descendants of Kingpin, Syndrome, or an M1A1 Abrams because they're no-nonsense tanks that are denser than iridium.
And concrete mix. And cinder block. And pipe in the face. And wooden wheel. You dense motherfucker.
You've got to use 2 bars of focus to perform a finisher on them, and their only weakness is gravity.
Lifting you up, webbing you up, and heavy boy, I'd like you to meet physics!
I'd say Tombstone's crackheads are the closest thing to heavy boys because they're kind of like mini supervillains.
Yeah! Let's go, come on!
Crack is whack! But they've also got an Achilles heel, which happens to be the ubiquitous amounts of shit they give you to throw at them.
Motorbike, oil drum, more drum, trash can, motorbike, more motorbike, the same motorbike, oil drum.
I'm no Danny DeLito trash man, but I'm pretty sure that in combat terms, 1 enemy is equal to 3 trash cans.
I'm the trash man. God damn it. I said, I'm the trash man.
The Sable dudes sound amazing because I'm pretty sure they share the voice actor for the Q alert in Counter-Strike.
This is Control. Where are we with Union Square? Let's roll.
But they are laughably incompetent. Like, they claim to be the best in the world, yet they have the shittiest aim on the planet and transport extremely dangerous substances in regular black sedans when an APC the size of a C-130 busts open their best laid plans.
Just be careful. In the wrong hands, this could...
Don't worry, we're the best in the world. What the hell is that? Get off me! We got this!
Yeah, sure looks like it, Chief.
But at least you'll get to see Silver Sable if there's a cutscene.
This is Silver Sablinova, head of Sable International, a private security force.
You harass my men, destroy my equipment, and cost my client millions. Give me one good reason I should not kill you right now.
Aren't you a billionaire that owns your own country? Why do you care about millions of dollars? That's like pocket change.
I feel like they should have added a hyper-aggressive police force like the LCPD on your side so you could have gang fights with Silver Sable, but I guess Insomnia doesn't appreciate my bright ideas.
Sit down, asshole!
This is the LCPD! Prepare to die! I see you, punk! Keep running! You are surrounded! Give me that microphone and eat lead!
And finally, the Black Cat Heist DLC is extremely fun, extremely short, and basically just 2 to 3 hours of sexual tension from multiple parties.
I really tried going straight. I need to go deeper. Some things I do better alone. I'll call you if I need an extra pair of hands.
Once I crack these files, maybe we can combine my chocolate with your peanut butter. Do not make a saucy joke out of that.
Her figure is hilarious because now the developers catch bad press for low-cut shirts and massive cup sizes like the last Black Cat. Why not just make your female temptress
Tommy thick? Black Cat, why the fuck are you so damn chunky?
That way, it's just a womanly figure and family-friendly. 10 out of 10.
Who said I'm here for the art?
Wow, that adds a lot of value.
I mean, I don't know if Felicia can complain about being objectified given what I have to go through every day.
Spider-Man, you're everything I love about this thing.
Stop objectifying me.
Now there's a guy who puts in the effort. Badass.
You know I can hear you, right?
But we all know that she's just a ruse to distract you from the real prize here, Rhino.
Rhino! Why the fuck are you so damn
Chunky!
Who is so outer space thick that he has his own gravitational pull. So in the end, I love this take on Spider-Man, and it's a masterpiece of a game, except for this horse shit that I'll fondly remember forever, especially my shitposting playthrough. Aunt May, no. She never could cut carrots correctly. And that's about it. I would like to thank you so very much for watching, and be sure to tune in next time when I go to sleep, because this shit took me forever, and I am tired.